Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. In today's analysis, let's take a look at all of the leading vaccines being developed throughout the world. While there are over 100 vaccines in development for the novel coronavirus at the moment, not all of them are close to being ready for deployment. Over 6 leading vaccines seem to be closest for general deployment within the next 6 months. While the WHO has stated that the vaccines alone will not be enough to end the pandemic, this is still an extremely encouraging prospect. Beginning with the Covidshield, this vaccine is being developed by researchers from the University of Oxford in collaboration with AstraZeneca, the analysis of which has shown that in 131 COVID cases, the vaccine possesses an efficacy of 70.4%. While in two different dose regimes, the vaccine showed 90% and 62% respectively, there are currently over 24,000 volunteers registered for the trials. Around 40 million doses of this vaccine have been stockpiled by the Serum Institute of India in preparation for deployment as soon as possible at double the predicted price of Rs 225. One interesting property of this vaccine is its increasing tolerability in older people who are more vulnerable to COVID-19. Now taking a look at the first vaccine to go for human trials, the Moderna vaccine uses RNA technology to teach the body to respond appropriately to COVID-19, reducing the risk of infection. While there was an efficacy of 94% in a total of 196 COVID cases, many side effects like injection site pain, muscle pain, headaches and fatigue were observed with this vaccine. While this Moderna vaccine is expected to cost around $35, it is still unclear whether it will be made available in India. Now let's talk about the Pfizer vaccine. This vaccine made waves after the analysis of their clinical trials. With 41,000 people getting the required 2 doses, it showed an efficacy rate of 95% based on 170 cases of COVID-19. In tandem with German Company BioNTech, Pfizer could make 50 million doses in 2020 and around 1.3 billion by 2022. However, this vaccine must be stored at temperatures between -80 and -90 degrees Celsius, which is possibly one of the reasons why India has not attempted to sign a deal for this vaccine yet. With the UK approving the use of this vaccine a few weeks back and the first 80,000 doses becoming available, the vaccine, however, showed a few side effects like Bell's palsy, which is a kind of temporary paralysis of the facial muscles. The United States Food and Drug Administration also recently authorized the emergency use of this vaccine, with healthcare workers and elderly people becoming the first to receive the first round of doses in December. While scientists claim that the vaccine can be administered to people above 16 years of age, this news comes at a time when the US is seeing a surge in COVID cases, with thousands of daily deaths and a healthcare system that finds itself overwhelmed by them. Health officials, hospital authorities, shipping services and pharmacy centers have all begun preparing for a nationwide vaccination campaign with an aim of around 2.9 million vaccinations from December to January. With Pfizer declaring to start the shipping of vaccine immediately, health agencies started administering the first shots from Monday, December 14th. And the government also plans on accelerating these vaccinations in the coming weeks while eyeing for the Moderna vaccine to gain FDA approval. An advisory group also met with the CDC on last Saturday, December 12th, to determine the vulnerable population and the effect of the vaccine on pregnant women and 16-year-olds. While replying to this vaccine, senior scholar from the Johns Hopkins Center, Professor Amish Adalja, stated that while a lot of people will be infected and hospitalized, the vaccine is one step in a sequence of steps towards ending the pandemic. BioNTech's chief executive, Professor Ugur Sahin, also said in his statement that the vaccine will help save lives across the United States and accelerate a return to normalcy. With UK being the first country to authorize the Pfizer vaccine, Bahrain followed next, with citizens receiving shots of it on Tuesday, December 8th. This vaccine has also been approved by several other countries like Canada, Mexico and Saudi Arabia, with vaccinations being expected to begin in the coming weeks. Now next in line is Russia's famous Sputnik V. Russia's Gamaleya Center and the Russian Direct Investment Fund were the first to register a COVID vaccine with Sputnik V, their ostensibly 92% efficient vaccine. While the Sputnik also had minor side effects There are no safety concerns surrounding it to the extent that around 45,000 Russians have already been vaccinated by it, which is why the clinical trials of this vaccine are set to kick off in India, with Dr. Reddy's lab in Hyderabad being the first to get approval. While annually a production of 500 million doses could be reached, but at what cost remains to be seen. Now talking about India's stand in vaccine development, Covaxin is India's first indigenous vaccine. While not said to be available till late next year, its parent company, Bharat Biotech, claims that it will cost less than a water bottle, in the words of their MD, Dr. Krishna Ella. The vaccine is currently in phase 3 of its clinical trials after phase 1 saw one of the patients falling ill but reportedly not due to the vaccine. While Haryana Minister Anil Vij received the first trial dosage of this vaccine on 20th November, and the company's record of affordable vaccines does give encouragement, but even then they will be late to the game. The last and the less talked about one is the Zycov D Vaccine, which is basically a DNA vaccine, meaning that it is a coded sequence of DNA containing the antigen for COVID-19. Made by Indian healthcare company Zydus Cadila alongside the Indian Department of Biotechnology, Zycov D is set to begin the third phase of its clinical trials, where it hopes to continue showing strong immune response as seen in other animals. With no safety concerns, this vaccine could be released in March of next year if the trials go according to the plan. With the priority groups of healthcare workers and people with pre-existing medical conditions getting the vaccine first, for the rest of the world, it seems like a lot of people will have to wait until 2022 to get the vaccine, with India having to wait even longer, seeing as they have not entered into agreements with any of the leading contenders. This could of course be mitigated by the AstraZeneca stockpile if it becomes feasible for use, but if not, then it will be a long road ahead. It is also important to note that the effectiveness of the Pfizer, Moderna and Oxford vaccines are currently based on the analysis of just around 100 to 200 patients, and there are about 30 to 50,000 participants lined up for each of them, meaning that the efficacy figures could still change once the trial ends. I hope you liked this short analysis and found the details informative. If you wish to watch more such videos in the future, then do consider subscribing to this channel and commenting your views below. I will see you next time. Thank you so much for watching.